Hey, it's Matt, co-founder of Universal CPA Review. So what we're going to do today is walk through a question that we often receive. And that question is, how is Universal used as the supplement and why should I use it? How is it different than any other review course that I may already have? And there's really three main reasons Universal's a great supplement. And they're also the main three differentiators from other review courses. So starting with the first reason, it's the bite-sized video lectures. Now your review course, it probably has long, boring lectures and they've just thrown all of this information at you. But you really haven't learned how to apply it yet, and why should you? Because you really don't learn that until you get to the multiple choice questions. So what we've done is kept our lectures very bite-sized and short and to the point. And what we do is walk through the questions that you will need to be thinking about. And that's how we introduce this information. And it's in the form of a mental map, which is basically a step-by-step process that focuses on addressing the questions that you will be asked in multiple choice questions. You don't need to know everything about a topic, you just need to know how to answer the questions that you're going to be asked. So that's what our video lectures really focus on. Introducing the mental map, giving you some examples so that you have a good solid base to take with you to those multiple choice questions. So that is reason number one. Now reason number two is the multiple choice explanation videos. The AICPA releases MCQs every year, and they've been doing so for a very long time. And these are going to be very representative of what you're going to see on exam day. So you really need to understand these in detail. Simply doing thousands and thousands of MCQs isn't going to help if you don't really understand these at a detailed level. And that is really what we help you do with our multiple choice explanation videos. We take that mental map from the video lecture, and then we learn how to apply it with you in these videos, like we're sitting there as a tutor. We walk you through the steps, and we help you identify the question that's being asked and how to use the mental map to ultimately solve that. And if we do this a number of times, you're going to develop a process that's repeatable, that you can take with you to exam day and efficiently answer those questions. Because again, you need to work through the exam efficiently. And so that's what these mental maps are all about, that are buried in these MCQ videos. And if there's extra helpful little details that need to be talked about, that's where they're discussed. We don't leave you hanging on what's this or that. It wasn't covered in the lecture, and it's not covered anywhere. Because all of that information in a question is important to know, and so it's important that we walk through it together. So that's reason number two. Now, reason number three is the simulation explanation videos. Are you noticing a trend here? It's all about video learning. That's the best way to learn to how to apply this information. So we are often asked, okay, I do well in the MCQs, but how can I be better prepared for simulations? Well, the reality is these simulations, they're simulating what it's like to do the job. Can you take this information, come up with a journal entry that we would actually record? Well, if you only know how to select from A, B, C, or D, it can be hard to take information and create a journal entry. So what we do in our videos is two things first. We walk you through the instructions because you have to understand these instructions in detail. And the second thing is we will quickly walk you through the exhibits so that you know what information is being provided. We don't need to know these in extreme detail, we just need to understand what we have. And that's because before, when there were not exhibits, all of that information was in the instructions, but now some key information, it might be left out and included in the exhibits. So if we just started right into the simulation without actually understanding what information's in the exhibits, we're not going to see that big picture, and that's where we get confused, and that's where we start to go, oh, I don't even know what to do here. Versus if we know the instructions and we know what's in the exhibits, we're going to be a lot better off when we start on that simulation. So that's what we first do in the video, and then we walk you through how to solve the simulation and really how to round out this big picture. And not only does that help you with multiple choice questions, but it's also going to help you be prepared for these simulations because now you've worked through it with us, right? It's always easier to do something again after you've walked through it with somebody else. And that's what video instruction is really all about. It's like we're sitting there next to you. So those are 3 reasons that Universal is a great supplement to whatever review course you already have. These are all very unique aspects to the Universal course, and we've really designed them in a way, ultimately, so that we address the questions you're going to be asked and not everything that's out there on accounting and finance and tax, because there's just too much to learn. Instead, focus on what the questions you'll see on the exam will be asked and learn to address those questions. And that is how you're going to be most efficient with your studying and the most effectively prepared. So please do yourself a favor, sign up for the free trial, try out Universal as a supplement if you already have another review course. We'll be with you every step of the way, and reach out if you have any questions, okay?